It is the last day of January 2024, and just want to memorialize. Um, it is a gorgeous day. It's supposed to be up to 18 today, which is absolutely crazy. We just wanted to kind of capture the food forest. It has been a while since we saw the land and what's happening. Um, I don't think I've even taken anything in months about the new orchard or anything. So I thought I would just do a quick video and show what's happening from a couple different angles. So here we have going into zone 2 from zone 1. These are probably the trees that have been here the longest. But obviously it is dead of winter. Everything is dormant. Kind of hard to see anything, but the grass has been growing. We had such a wet winter. It was just from mid-October until mid-January, just came down in buckets. We had, I think, almost a meter of rain just in that short period of time, which is insane. So this shows you kind of how lush everything is in the dead of winter in terms of grasses and things. But there are lots and lots of plants. You can see all the stakes that are out there. So all those stakes represent various trees and shrubs and bushes, berries, and just even a few nuts out there. So we've got quite a bit going on. But unfortunately, really hard to tell on the video or even standing here. But we did have one of our neighbors stop and ask about it. So clearly they have started to see all of the signs of life at least. So things are changing. Okay, a little bit different angle. We're here at the driveway. First, I'm gonna get a view of these are this is the firewood. Everything that you see on the right-hand side is things that we cut up this year, or cut down this year. We cut down 11 trees, mostly chestnuts from the old orchard that needed to come down to give a little more shade into that area. I'll show a quick video of that as well. But the idea was to bring those down, and then we brought several more down around the property. Things that were just older. Either they were sick or diseased, or they were providing too much shade. But now you can look out at the food forest. Again, really hard to tell much of anything. But then as I pan around here, this big hill, this is, oh, and there's Nico. Hello, Nico. This hill was from all the dirt that was excavated to build the driveway I'm standing on. And so what we've decided to do is we've put a couple little shrubs in there, little short trees, and then we're gonna cover it with, maybe in the next month and a half, we're gonna put down wildflower seeds. So we've got 3 large packets of wildflower seeds that we're gonna put down that'll give us, hopefully, complete coverage over this space, plant up some flowers over time, and just make this into something pretty. Because right beyond it is the wildflower meadow we had last year. And so we'll be able to see that. And as I pan over, just a point of interest for us so that we remember what it's like. We've taken down the hedge. There used to be a tall hedge just like that one. Sorry about the view into the sun. But we've taken it down up until that point there. Still need to get the chainsaw out to take down these big old trunks, but making progress to get it all completed by the end of February. So, and again, what you see out there is basically the first 2/3, or maybe the first half of the distance between here and the edge of our property out there. You can just make out with the line of trees that has been planted. So we've got a number of guilds throughout all of that. And beyond that is still pretty open. There are a few trees out there scattered, but really that's for for the future. We decided that this year and probably next year, we'd just focus on building out these guilds as much as possible closer to the house, and the further away we would focus on in future years. So next up, let's go look at the new orchard. Okay, here we are in the new orchard. This is zone 4, and I am standing smack in the middle. So just to remind anybody that might be watching this, there are 10 rows of trees, each planted in an arc. So you can kind of make out the arc here, first arc of row number 6. But there are 5 on each side, so they alternate. These 5 face kind of towards the east, the southeast. And then as I swing around, these kind of arc in the opposite direction. So they're each spaced about 5 meters apart. Each one of the rows is 5 meters apart. And then we have this large kind of oval shape in the middle we don't know what to do with it yet, but it's a large piece of property. There's 20 meters in the middle and 10 meters between trees here on the ends. So it's a quite big area, so we've been considering what to do. Now I'm facing north, so you get a sense of kind of, we have the number of trees that we have. There are a total of 85 trees, tree spaces. I have 5 or 6 more that are available, that are empty right now. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with those last groups. But that's what we are focused on now, is getting that finished. Everything is planted up mostly, but between the trees, there is a lot of work for the future, because between each tree, we want to put either some fruiting bush, something that is going to fix nitrogen, or something that is going to attract pollinators. So that's really the goal now, is to fill this out. So over the course of the next year, and through next winter, it'll be to add all of those. So it'll be another big project. But getting these in, we started on about mid-September and got them all done by mid-December. So yeah, things are going really well. I'm really happy with how it's looking, even in the winter. So you've got some, obviously some loquats here, so some evergreens that are still out here. But most of it we've got Asian pears, a few varieties of pears, a few varieties of, probably 5 varieties of apples, some peaches, some donut peaches, no, there's no mandarins in here. That's only in the greenhouse. There is a pomegranate out here. So there's quite a variety, a whole bunch of cherries, and I know I'm forgetting several varieties that are in here, but yeah, pretty excited to see how this goes over the next few years. All right, thought I would end the tour by giving a midwinter update on the garden. So you can see that most of the beds have been put to sleep. They are just waiting. I don't fill my beds up over the winter. So I basically just put a whole load of compost on them over the winter, late fall, early winter, and then throw some straw on them and let them sit until March, and then start removing it. So this year I'm going to start a little bit earlier, because last year I had a bunch of problems with the slugs. So I'm hoping that by removing it earlier, I can expose some of those eggs that the birds can eat. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see what happens. If I swing around here, you'll see the greenhouse, pretty dirty. I need to get in there and clean it before we get into planting in there. This year, or this winter, we planted a mandarin and a limequat in there. So I'm not 100% convinced that they're going to be able to survive, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the rest of what you see in here are things that have been overwintering. So a number of, we've got some perpetual broccoli, some perpetual kale, some Nero kale that is still going strong. There's still some Romanescos and broccolis that are in there, artichokes, leeks. And then kind of in the mid-ground right there, you'll see that there's some beans, some broad beans that are growing. So we'll be getting those probably in the next few months. Pretty exciting. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with how the garden has gone, and how many things have been able to grow over the winter. We have, there's still beets in here, though I'll be honest, we're not eating beets, so probably something I won't continue to grow. Whereas the rest of it are things that we harvest and eat as they come due or come ready. So exciting time. So that's it from the homestead. Homestead's looking good at the end of January, especially with weather like this. Holy crap, absolutely amazing. So hasta luego.